If you should ask what is the most important thing in Chinese culture, then landscape painting are part of the answer. In traditional Chinese philosophy, the important concept of guanxiang means to observe and contemplate. It expresses the way the Chinese perceive nature. When you contemplate the world, you think you're observing it, but in fact you lose sight of the details, and if you examine the details, the whole cannot be perceived. Chinese landscape paintings are often meters long. To gain an overview of the entire painting, one must take several steps back. At this distance, however, the intricate details once present are now illegible. They involve the viewer's imagination at an almost physical level, creating a feeling of wandering through a scene rather than absorbing it from a fixed point. They are often composed of several scenes, spatial sequences, or scenarios occurring simultaneously, eschewing the rules and spatial limitations inherent in central perspective. Chinese landscape paintings are not a faithful imitation, but rather a poetic experience of an atmosphere. This drawing aims to evoke a similar viewing experience to that of the Chinese landscape paintings, albeit one depicting Beijing's urbanity rather than the natural world. From afar, it is possible to gain an overview of the vast extent of the intervention and the immediate context behind. However, you need to move closer and take a stroll with the drawing in order to appreciate the parkscape merging into the intervention, the methods of reinforcement and rejection of the streetscapes, and the agglomerations of mass collecting up and breaking down, leaving the impression that scale is relative, fluid, and malleable. The floating embassy is a frame, a porous and tangible threshold mediating between the city and the park. It reflects the city and bolsters its function, yet its fortress-like walls protect and enclose the park, reinforcing it as an urban oasis. The floating embassy is a frame that depicts the lives and activities of the park patrons, governmental workers, and rural migrants interacting in an attempt to make a more cohesive, collective society.